Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey man, good morning. Top of the morning to everybody. Some technical difficulties with the lighting. I'm also the lighting person. So I'm IT, I do the lighting, I do a little bit of everything. How y'all doing this morning? Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. My horrible idea to get up every morning to give you way too much of my personal business. I am whatever they say I am. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be in the building with you all today. Just to give y'all a little bit of who I is, a little bit of me on a terrific Tuesday, on a magnificent, no, that would be a Monday. On a tantalizing, titillating, yeah, that. On a fantastic day. Fantastic day. So excited to be in here with you all today. I can't wait to get into the show, man, so we can just kind of talk and chill a little bit and get some things out in the open, and we'll move on. It is, of course, See You in the Morning, my horrible idea. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've been here before and you found it not robbery to come back and watch again, I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and that means a whole lot to me. I feel it in my inward parts. Let me get into the show, man. The first thing I do on the show is, of course, I speak to everybody that speaks to me. If you took the time to just say hello to a brother, I don't mind saying it back. Of course, the first 4 people that speak to me get what we call the mythical morning medals. It is nothing of any intrinsic value. It just gives you an opportunity to say, hey, man, I want a little something and got a little recognition in the morning. So let me get those out. The aluminum 4th goes to Marche Copeland. Good morning, Marche. Bronze this morning goes to Christopher Mr. Wilson. Silver goes to TT Tiny and Tasty Crystal Pannell. And the gold medal. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. I gotta go and reject some people. Marche, your medal has been rescinded. You no longer have a medal. I'm sorry. Aluminum 4th goes to the Christopher Mr. Wilson. Bronze goes to TT Tiny and Tasty. Billy D. Williams with the silver, and the gold goes to Melissa M. Coulter, like Luther. I just had a Steve Harvey moment. I done gave out Miss America to the wrong person. So there you go. Melissa M. Coulter, Billy D. Williams, Tiny and Tasty, Christopher Pannell, Christopher Wilson, Marshado. Thank you for joining in. Out of Seaborn, Wish 12 over on Instagram. Good morning, good brother. That's what he said. Franita in the building. Tam, good morning, Tam. Oh, Tam, shoemake. Tam, dum diddy. You got to throw a dum-dum ditty in. If you don't get to the dum-dum ditty, you didn't even sing the song. A lot of people stop at the jam part in that song, but I think the dum-dum ditty is so important. Dum-dum ditty. Sometimes that's what you want to call somebody. You want to call somebody a dum-dum ditty. Dum-dum ditty. But you gotta go with it. You just got to dum-dum ditty it. Dum-dum ditty. So I'm excited to be in the building with y'all this morning. Let me see. It's Tuesday. We got a lot going on in the world. Yesterday, I found out that there are a lot of horrible people in America and the United States. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Michelle. There's a lot of really, really bad people in both America and the United States. I realize that now. I did not at first realize how bad the problem was. But yesterday we discussed Philadelphia cheesesteak or cheesesteak, whether you want to call it a Philly cheesesteak. We've now gone on they've added chicken. I'm sure they're using all kinds of fruits. Good morning, Tanisha, my black soccer mom. They're using all kinds of proteins in them. And I found out there's a lot of people out there putting ketchup on their cheesesteak. And I find it deplorable. I find it horrible. I didn't know those type of people even existed. I didn't know there were ketchup eating people. Now I know there's a lot of people that put ketchup on everything. There's people that put ketchup on eggs. I don't understand why anybody would do that. Good morning, Ron Cabler, man. The Ronald Cabler. The Ronald Cabler. Amazing gentleman. Gary Cashwell, good morning. It is blasphemy, Billy D. Williams. It is blasphemy. Why anybody would do such a thing, I don't know. But I'm looking, and I want to call some of these people out by name. Clyde Owens, Carol Boykins, Nicole Lewis, Kimberly Anderson, Michaela Morris, Q Austin. Listen to these people. These are people who I used to think were good people. Marche. Okay, I didn't think you were a good person, Marche. DJ Fonz. Like, some of these people are out here just putting ketchup on that thing. So now I got all kinds of questions. So now we're going into what we do with ketchup. I know people putting ketchup. A lot of people just use ketchup as a topping for everything. So now I got a question for you. I'm gonna go to something that I think I want to see what kind of psychopaths are out there. You get an order of French fries. Fries are delicious. I think everybody likes French fries. I don't think there's anybody out there that can honestly say that they don't like French fries. I don't think there's anybody out there. You may have a particular type of French fry you like, but I don't think there's anybody who says I don't like French fries. They just generally blanket statement don't like French fries. So you get out there, you get yourself some French fries. You got your selection of French fries. And if you put ketchup on your fries, do you put your ketchup on your fries, or do you dip your fries in the ketchup? Do you make your fries a murder scene, or do you keep it nice, neat, and discreet and dip your fries into the ketchup? These are the questions I need to have. These are the questions we need answered. Ronald Cabler said, put my ketchup on the side. Melissa, and I knew there was some redeeming qualities about you, Melissa. I knew you were a good person overall. Melissa's a dipper. Tanisha says dipper. Christopher Wilson dips. Javonda, I can go either way. There is no either way. Out of the dipper. Clyde, there we go. See, now I feel better about the world. After I saw those horrible responses to people putting ketchup on, ketchup on French fries. Do you put it on the French fries or do you dip? Good job. Good job. Dip my fries in, and now Lisa messes it up. Dip my fries in ketchup and ranch. Why the extra sauce? What do you need the ranch for? Choose ye this day what sauce you will serve. Why is you out there eating ranch up? Cranch. Rich up. I can't believe it. This is what I'm talking about. Now, Wish 12 says I use mustard. Water Life says he does the Water Life 757 cheese fries, which is fine. The cheese fries okay. Cheese fry is a different. Cheese fries have changed the whole meal. Now, if you got cheese fries, I'm expecting you not to put ketchup on those at all. Dip them because I might not eat them all. I'm a dipper. Herb says I smother it. Smother it in ketchup. Marche dips. What's going on, Terry? Judge Holder, she's a dipper. Billy D, I'm a messy murder scene all the way. Because I like ranch too. No, you can only do one sauce. Here goes Terry. Here goes Terry Butler. There he is. There is always gonna be the one. Terry is always gonna be that guy. Whatever we come with, Terry is never gonna go with the status quo. We ask it about ketchup or the fries. He said, "Here you go." I say, if you're gonna eat fries, I say use vinegar. And Tanisha, you can use the ranch instead of ketchup. My son does ranch on his fries, but not both. And now there we go. Here we go. Here we go. I dip my fries in mayo. Mayo don't even have no taste. What is we dipping? Why not get you a bottle of glue? Go get you some Elmer's. Dip your fries in some Elmer's. If you're gonna do something, dip your fries in some Elmer's. If you're gonna do that, I dip my fries in mayo. The caucasity. I don't use a lot of ketchup. I like to dip my fries in honey mustard. Acceptable. Acceptable, Fernita. Honey mustard is fine. A Wendy's Frosty, acceptable. I don't know. Don't know why. I don't know why that one is acceptable, but it is. But you better not put it in a Frosty and some ketchup. What is Cuntm mayo? Y'all are talking about stuff that I have no idea what it is. What is Cuntm mayo? Now I got to go and look it up. Oh, it's a brand of mayo. I had no idea. QP, is it QP or QPie? What's the difference between it? The core difference is that regular mayo uses whole eggs and distilled white vinegar, resulting in a mild neutral tang. Japanese Cuntm mayo uses only egg yolks and rice or apple cider vinegar, plus MSG. Creating a richer, sweeter, and more savory umami flavor. So a richer, sweeter flavor. Cuntm mayonnaise. I might have to try that out. And Lisa, your daughter's a good person. The honey mustard is fine. I'll even take barbecue sauce. Those types of calories add more calories to the fry. Here's my thing, Terry. I need you to take a step back. If I'm sitting there eating French fries, I'm not going for health. If I've already got a thing of French fries, I'm not sitting there eating healthy for that day. That's not what I'm doing. Lauren said, I gave up that type of eating. Mayo on fries is delicious. It's not. Ketchup and mayo, a.k.a. French dressing, or Thousand Islands. Brooklyn Love once said, I dip my fries in McDonald's honey mustard. Or McDonald's hot mustard. Hot mustard works too. Hot mustard works too. But some of y'all don't deserve to eat on your own. But who's worried about calories if they're eating fries? It's everybody boo Terry Butler. Here he comes. You're going to have added calories on your fries. My French fries already have 50,000 calories. And here you go, so you adding calories. What we going to add, 3? I don't even know where you coming from Terry. A small order of fast food fries. It's gonna be 220 to 230 calories. A medium order, about 365 calories. You got about 510 calories in a large fry. You got about 510 calories in a large fry. You done already ate up a fourth of the calories you're supposed to have for the day just by ordering some fries. So if you add some sauce, which is about 6 to 10 calories. Save all of that, Terry. Save that. I just say get a baked potato because we don't have time for that. Anybody got time for a baked potato all the time? And I love a good baked potato. Now I'm gonna ask y'all this: if we're gonna have a baked potato, are you eating the skin on that baked potato? Are you eating the skins on the baked potato? I took the baked potatoes the other day. What's going on, Q? Made some baked potatoes, took them out on the grill, made some baked potatoes, put them out on the grill a couple hours, maybe an hour, not a couple of hours. Wrap them up in aluminum foil, put them out there on the grill. Aluminum foil, it's real simple. Poke some holes in that thing. And that's part of the fun part. You stab that potato, put some holes in it, and give me some canola oil, maybe some virgin olive oil. Rub that thing down, then salt it, put them things into a piece of aluminum foil, wrap that up, throw that on the grill. Put that potato on that grill for about an hour and let that go. I'm gonna eat that skin too. Brooklyn Love says because the skin is where all the nutritional value is, or at least that's what I heard. I'm gonna eat the skin on that baked potato. Especially it's gonna be a little crisp to it, gonna have a little flavor because the salt and the oil been all together. Yeah, that's good. Now here's where Terry, this is where you could have interjected, Terry. Once you have a loaded baked potato, you've taken away all the health benefits of the baked potato. Now I'll give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one, Terry. I'm gonna give you the win on that one. Once you go ahead and take that baked potato, cut it open, put bacon, butter, sour cream, chives, all of the things in there. Yes, you've now lost the value. Now the baked potato in the air fryer is good too. That ain't never bad. That ain't bad. You now you no longer have traditional value. You had no nutrition. Here go Terry. I just eat a plain baked potato. You don't need anything on it. You boil your chicken too, don't you, Terry? You just have your little bit of boiled chicken with just a sprinkle of salt, maybe some pepper. Well, I say I need butter, bacon, cheese, onion, and sour cream. That's a lot. I don't like sour cream. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of sour cream. Yeah, nobody likes Terry. Nobody is going. Let me tell you what you ain't got to worry about now, Terry. Nobody coming over to your house to eat. If that was your plan for the day, what can I do to make it that nobody ever wants to come over to my house to eat? You will become successful because ain't nobody coming over there to eat. Ain't nobody ever coming to your house to eat now, Terry. You've ruined it. And I already imagine eating dinner at Terry Butler's house is always an experience. I believe he got some light jazz playing, maybe some Mozart. I believe he always got candles lit, no matter what he got. Terry can get some DoorDash. He gonna go still put that Mozart on, light some candles. There's gonna be an essence in it. I believe mealtime at Terry's house is always an experience. But it's unseasoned. It's unseasoned, it's bland, and it's boring. And we don't want it though. It's an unseasoned, bland, boring experience eating meals with Terry Butler. Don't ever invite me over. First, I don't want to see all that Duke paraphernalia anyway. You probably got to wear a jacket to eat dinner at Terry's house. He the only person that at his house, jacket was required for dinner. Watch me make Terry mad on this one. Definitely listening to Beethoven, Mozart, or Brahms. Brahms. At least he's eating a raw potato. That's what a dry potato. I call it Brahms just to get on Terry's nerves. Let me ask y'all this. What's the weirdest thing that you think you eat? That one thing that you really think is your comfort meal. I did it on purpose, Terry. I know it's Brahms. What is the one comfort meal that you have that most people will think, oh, that's disgusting? I got a couple of things that I really enjoy in life. My first thing is peanut butter jelly sandwiches and Doritos. A1 combination. Don't know how I discovered it, but it is by far top tier lunch, snack, whatever you're gonna use it for. That peanut butter jelly sandwich and Doritos together, the flavors meld. It's delicious. It is A1. It is A1. I know people might think I know people may think that that's a little weird, but an A1 combination. Terry over there eating bran flakes with no milk. See there? No, I'm not pregnant. I'm telling y'all, that is delicious. Oh, no. First of all, I ain't doing no crunchy peanut butter. Oh, here's my whole thing. Crunchy peanut butter to me is diarrhea in a jar. That's all that is. That's diarrhea in a jar. You be like, hey, look, it's loose. It's chunky in places. No, because we don't really digest some stuff. Nah. Leave me out of the chunky peanut butter. First of all, I think all of y'all that eat chunky peanut butter, again, let's get back to our psychopaths. How are you even spreading chunky peanut butter? You are tearing your bread up with chunky peanut butter. Peanut butter should be smooth. There are no chunky butters. There are no chunky butters. Smooth peanut butter. Now, the other thing that I like, that I enjoy, that may be a little weird, most people wouldn't do this, but I love the flavor palette, the way that it hits. If I have a chance to have two different types of chips in the house at the same time, now remember, y'all got to remember how I grew up. I grew up differently. I grew up black mama, a little poor. One cereal at a time. We ain't never had two cereals in our house at the same time. If you wanted a second cereal, you had to finish that first cereal. It won't never be no time where we have Fruit Loops and Rice Krispies in the house, or Fruit Loops and Corn Pops. It's gonna be one or the other. My mom won't buy two cereals, and I still. It takes me a lot to move. I have to fight myself to buy more than one type of cereal and have it in the house at the same time. One box of cereal. If you want a second cereal, finish that first box. That was how my mama raised me. The other part that I don't do, that is not normal for me, I've had to grow out of it. I think marriage has taught me differently. It's 2 bags of chips at the same time. Why you got 2 bags of chips in there? If you got some plain chips, eat all them plain chips before you go buy some other kind of chips. Oh, I gotta bring that one up. That is a weird combination over there. Before we go into what I got, man, Brooklyn Love says butter popcorn, and butter pecan ice cream together at the same time. I don't know. Now that's gonna give me 3 weird things. I'm gonna get 2 more weird things. So 2 bags of chips at the same time. But if I buy a variety box of chips, that's the only time you can have. That's why you can always have those. If you can get me 2 bags of chips, if I get a variety pack and it's got corn chips and plain, I'm mixing them together. I'm mixing corn chips and plain chips together. Shake that bag up, and that's a delicious treat. It's not party mix. Party mix, that don't do it. Just some plain chip. Use some plain Lay's and some Fritos. And I'm making Frito Lay's. Put them 2 together. Delicious. Those are delicious. And my ultimate, I think, maybe a little weird, but I think it's becoming more popular out there in these streets. My last weird combination, and I think it's a little bit of that, and we start talking about psychopath. Doritos dipped in Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, listen. This is your weird. It's your weird obsession. It's your weird obsession. We letting everybody do whatever they want to do. A weird obsession. Honey buns and chips together. Listen, Chris, do you? You sound like the people. That's a little prison thing when they put the peanut butter on a honey bun, and they make a little sandwich. You take 2 honey buns, put peanut butter in the middle. You put a jelly on there too. You put a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with honey bun as the bread. Corn chips go in the chili? I've seen people go corn chips with their chili, but in it? No. I'm gonna let that lie. I'm gonna let that ride. Here's what I think is a weird combination, but I really like it, and I think it's a little bit of my psychosis coming out. This is a little psychopath to me. I enjoy buttered pecan and butter pecan ice cream. It's crazy. I enjoy hot sauce on popcorn, but less for the taste because the hot sauce destroys the popcorn. I like the chemical reaction of once you put the hot sauce on the popcorn. I like the sound that it makes. Go get you some popcorn. If you pop you some popcorn and then put some hot sauce on it. That hot sauce when it hit that popcorn, you can hear the popcorn recoiling in agony. I believe if popcorn was a person, hot sauce would be its kryptonite. You put a little bit on there, it immediately loses its crisp. I don't know if water does that to it or anything. I've never poured anything else on them. But you put some hot sauce. Go ahead, do the experiment. Now, first of all, Bernard, I'm glad you found the manhood in you to be like, I eat popcorn and gummy bears. I don't know. I wouldn't do it personally. Not together as like you just gonna put gummy bears in your popcorn. Now, as a man that is a huge fan of gummy bears, I don't know if you're really supposed to say that out loud. I think any man that likes gummy bears is supposed to kind of keep that to themselves. Yes, that's supposed to be a hidden pleasure. Javon, I don't care what Ida Seaborn says. The answer is no. Salt does not go on watermelon. So don't listen to these people that are trying to tell you that salt goes on watermelon. Salt does not go on watermelon. There is no reason to salt your watermelon. What are y'all thinking? And stop with it makes it sweeter. It does not. Nothing that you put salt on gets sweeter. That is not the purpose of salt. If you out here eating no. The answer is no. And I don't care what nobody says. No. And listen, and I'm not against your daddy. I know Mr. Schaffner Williams is a fantastic man. But that is definitely a no. Why is you out here putting salt on fruit? You know, the other day I was eating a peach, cut the peach up, boom, boom, boom. I got some white flesh peaches. Those are delicious. They are my, if I'm gonna get a peach, I prefer the white flesh peaches. And my peach, cut it up, pop, slice, eat my slice. But what I'm not gonna do is put no salt on it. Yeah, that is just horrible. Now, Bree, what you're not gonna do is get up here and talk bad about watermelon. We're not gonna have that. That's not what we're gonna have. No, sir. No, that you're not gonna do. That you're not gonna come up here. And I don't know who you weird people are that don't like watermelon. And I don't care if y'all call it the texture, whatever. Watermelon, delicious. Watermelon is delicious. It's like naturally growing Kool-Aid. It's like Kool-Aid that grows in nature. I don't even know why you're eating grapefruit on its own. That's horrible. I have a genetic disorder because I don't believe that salt goes on watermelon. First of all, Terry, most of us can't afford to shop in Wegmans. Wegmans has some really good watermelons, consistently sweet. Anybody got money to be shopping in Wegmans? Melissa, and now all the redeeming qualities you have, Melissa, you lose them by saying none. Fernita, I give you, if you're allergic, I give you. Right. Yeah, something is wrong with her. She thinks watermelon is nasty. If you can't eat it, that's fine. Allergies, you get a pass. If it ain't worth dying over. It's just as bad as having pineapple on pizza. I don't know. See, I haven't had the pineapple on pizza, I don't think. Maybe once or twice. But I'm gonna tell you what, recently I had some grilled pineapple. That pineapple came out warm off that grill. Life changing. I think they put a little cinnamon sugar on there. That grilled pineapple, life changing. That drink was delicious. Listen, if you ain't never had grilled pineapple, you need to go get you some. And see, this is why Ace Brown is being blocked. Because you come in here with this negativity. You come right in here with the Kansas City Chiefs negativity. And there was so many things that I wanted to say at first, but I just didn't throw it out there. I wanted to say some stuff, but I didn't say it. Grilled pineapples are amazing. If you have you get you a grilled pineapple. Get that pineapple still warm. Delicious. Now, Terry came in and he brought up a debate, and I feel like this debate has been had multiple times. I think I've had the debate on my show before. I think it's on the internet. I think Kevin on Stage has made it famous. Tony Baker discusses it all the time. I think it's been beaten into the ground, but I think it's one of those things that somebody has to discuss all the time. And Terry brought it in. There is no reason. Let me be very clear, because this is something that I'm serious about. There is absolutely no reason on God's green earth for you to make the conscious decision to put sugar in your grits. I'm going to say it again, as they say for the people in the back. There is no earthly reason for you to get up and with a good conscious mind say, I'm going to place sugar in these grits. There's absolutely no reason. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you put, and I love people on the spectrum, don't get me wrong, but I believe that is a diagnosis of you being on the spectrum. If you decide I'm gonna put these sugar in these grits, and the spectrum is a spectrum for a reason. But I think there's a place for sugar grits people. I think that there's a place for sweet grit people. You got people who are savants who can listen to music. Like for example, I think having perfect pitch is on the spectrum. I think having perfect pitch is on the spectrum. I don't think everybody can do it. Terry, I know you say you may have it, but no. I'm talking about people that there are certain things on that spectrum. People who are savants who can play a song just because they heard it one time, or always know what note is being played. They're savants. I think they're amazing people. I think they're superheroes in a way. But people who put sugar on grits, spectrum. It's this place up there. DJ Illmatic B said, and this is why we as a people have all the medical issues we have, because y'all keep adding sugar and salt to everything. No. Here's my thing. You are a true serial killer. And I like that you spell cereal that way. I know you know how to spell serial killer and serial killer. I don't know why grits are considered a cereal, but we'll move on. I think you kill the grits once you put sugar in there. Good morning, bro. There's absolutely no reason. No reason. And now I know what you can come up with now, and I know what some people can say. I know people can say, hey, grits are basically corn. So if you're eating sugar in your grits, it's sweet corn. Mm-mm. If you want to add, here's my thing. If you want to add flavor to your grits, fry you some bacon first. Fry you some bacon. When you fry that bacon is going to leave behind, to cherish his memory, some grease. You take that grease that people left behind, that the bacon left behind, you pour that into the grits. Now you got your flavor. If you want flavor in your grits, turkey, just a little bacon fat. Put a little bacon fat and a little lard. Delicious. If you want to have sugar in your grits, eat cream of wheat. That's what cream of wheat was made for. Cream of wheat was made to be unhealthy. Look who's on the box. Grits got a white Quaker on there. Cream of wheat, black man up. Black man up. Grits taste like poster board without sugar. All right, man. What my question is, what you doing out there eating poster board? What made you just wake up and be like, let me get some of this poster board, see what this tastes like? You should know what poster board tastes like. Everybody's putting shrimp in their grits. I can't eat shrimp, so it doesn't matter to me. No, sir. Half the black population don't eat pork. Anybody think about that? They eat pork. But half the black population eating pork and they don't know. They eating it. They don't know they eat pork. And you know what I don't like? You know what I don't like? Well, since we're on the topic, I don't like people who take their I don't eat pork like it's some kind of badge of honor. Like you just fought in a world war. I don't eat pork. That's not no virtue. That's not a virtuous thing to say you don't eat pork. So what? I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat pork. Okay. All right. So what? That person always comes to your cookout questioning your food. They always coming over your house. Will there be pork in it? Yes. So you sit there and be hungry. You sit there and be hungry. It's not even a badge of honor if you Muslim. If you Muslim, it's a requirement. So it's not a badge of honor. I give it to that is where I draw the line. If it's a faith-based reason, if you're a Muslim and you coming through, but they don't carry it like that. Muslims don't carry it like the black person that just decided suddenly to not eat pork. Muslims carry it just from a concern standpoint. Hey, my brother, is there pork? Is there going to be pork in there? And I get it. That I'm with. That's the same thing that I'm asking. That's the same thing that I'm asking when I go places, because people throw, for example, the most dangerous food for me to eat. I'm allergic to the shellfish. The most dangerous food for me to eat when I'm out is pasta salad. Because for some reason, y'all forget that pasta salad's ingredients are pasta and salad. People throw crab meat in their pasta. Everybody got to be super fancy. I threw crab. I threw 7 different types of crabs and shrimp and all that in the pasta salad. Now I'm dead. Now I'm dead because I just wanted some pasta salad. When I make pasta salad, it's going to be pasta, 17 bottles of Italian dressing, some tomatoes, some cucumbers, maybe some bacon bits. You can ask me if there's pork in it. Maybe some, not even maybe. Definitely some bacon bits. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh, some onion. Red onion. That's what you're supposed to have in there. The job be throwing everything in there. Everything the Lord made is good, including pork. So I'm okay when the Muslims asking because it's their religion, and I'm not gonna ever down nobody's religion. If you have a religious exemption, the pork, but I don't like how people act like not eating pork makes them a better person than everybody else. Oh, I don't eat pork. Well, oink, oink, pass the plate. Oink, oink, pass the plate. Now, see, that's just ridiculous, Ace. That is the definition of redundancy. If you putting sugar on Frosted Flakes, if you putting sugar on Frosted Flakes, I don't know. The person that says I don't eat pork don't live no longer. If we sit out there and we look at the lifespans of people, it ain't like they say, "Hey man, I didn't." People that don't eat pork live to be 90. It was that simple. Nobody would eat pork. People that don't eat pork dead 48. They dead and they didn't enjoy life because they never had bacon. You missed out on life because you didn't have pork loin. You missed out because you ain't never had a pork chop fresh out the grease on a piece of white bread. You don't know what that is. You don't know what that's like. And I'm not even gonna lie. I've had other chops. I've done turkey chops, and yes, turkey chops are delicious, but they not pork chops. Had an aunt that lived to be 109 and ate pork daily. My grandma's whole family lived into their late 70s, and they lived on a pork farm. They raised pigs, swine divine. That's what we could have called the house. We could have called the house Swine Divine, and they lived. You shall live and not die. And you know, I had a whole joke about it. Bacon makes everything better. Hey, but you think you living better than me? You're not living better than me. You're living hungry. That's what you're doing. A good fried pork chop fresh out the grease. Come on, man. Fresh out? Pork chops are so delicious, they even taste good in gas stations. It's something about a gas station pork chop that always intrigues me. I may not always get it, but that pork chop in that gas station, because I know it's gonna have. Here's my thing. If y'all out here eating pork chops, stop going for the healthiest pork chop. Stop trying to get the healthiest pork chop. That pork chop gotta have some fat on it. And here go Terry tearing everything up, grill that pork chop. Shut up, Terry. You are blocked. We are no longer listening to comments from Terry. You gotta have some fat on it. That outer ring of fat on that pork chop. Oh, that's the glory cloud. That's the glory cloud. You get that fat ring on the outside of that pork chop, that's the glory cloud. You eat that first. I want that first. Sometimes I'll tear that off. You fry that right, ooh. Salivating. That's all I know. When we start talking about deliciousness, you talking my language. Tanisha know what I'm talking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's where it is. That glory cloud on the outside of a pork chop, man. God, hey, and you gonna tell me God didn't want us to have that? You gonna try to tell me God didn't want us to have that? Oh, that sneaky piece of bacon that just won't get cooked on the wave. See, here's the thing: some of y'all ain't never had nothing but flat bacon, and that's fine. I'm all for it. That's fine. But you gonna have a little wave. Sometimes you get a little wavy bacon. You get a little wave bacon, and when you get that wave, that little hump don't ever get cooked. You just can't cook that hump. That lovely lady lump. That lovely pork hump. That's the thing. You want that fat gonna remain. It's gonna brown a little, but it ain't gonna crisp up. It's a treat within your treat. Where else do you get bacon? Is the only place you're gonna get a treat within your treat. Where else you gonna get a treat within your treat? Treat within your treat. Now there are certain forms. Oh, now the bacon got a boil. You talking about salt pork? Now that's salt pork there. That when you going straight there, that's straight. You just going straight. You're going straight for the gut. That's what you getting. Pig belly. You getting straight pork belly. If you got to boil it first, you straight belly. Chicharron. Terry likes his food like he likes his wine, dry. And JP don't matter. Here's the thing, JP. Your palate is all messed up anyway. That's why you run around here all slim now. You out here now, and I just be looking at you, Jay, and I just be like, man, JP, you just look hungry. That's what I be thinking when I see my friend JP. I just be like, boy, does JP look hungry? Because you cut out pork. You don't eat seafood. That brother don't eat no seafood, no allergy or nothing. Just don't eat seafood. No fish, shrimp, crabs, nothing. And without an allergy. And you're like, oh, you take him to a seafood restaurant, his face ball up. Who does that? And why? Who just decides that they dislike seafood? That's not a healthy decision. You know what you need? You need you a good piece of Chilean sea bass. Somebody give you a good piece of Chilean sea bass, change your life. It's the most delicious piece of fish I ever had in my life. Now, it's the most expensive piece of fish out there. And I like to thank Kev on stage for buying me the first time that I had it. God allows him to eat seafood and he says no. He just chooses to say no. I was on tour with Kev on stage. One of the things Kev is really big on is us eating together. Everybody that's on the tour, we all eat together, and Kev usually pays for it 95% of the time, 98%. And we went somewhere. We went to a little fancy restaurant, and everybody was ordering, and they had Chilean sea bass, and I had never had it before. So I was like, yo, hit me with that Chilean sea bass. Life changing. I don't know what they're doing down there in Chile, but they are feeding their sea bass. If you ain't never had no Chilean sea bass, before you leave this here earth, get you some. If you got to go out and murder a bus full of children to get put on death row so that you can have a last meal and ask for Chilean sea bass, do what you got to do, but get you that Chilean sea bass. Delicious. Delicious. Now, I wanted to show this video before I get out here because I'm getting tired of some things. I'm getting tired of some things. And I know we've been talking about food. I don't know how this turned into a food episode, but it did. I don't know how this turned into a food episode, but it did. I wanted to put this out here. I'm really getting tired of dog owners. The dog owners now are taking it to unhealthy areas, even in the way that they're feeding their dogs. I sat last night. I wanted to go to bed, couldn't go to bed. And it wasn't because the wife had kicked me out of bed or I had some sort of insomnia. I was stuck watching Loyal Dogs 2021. It's an Instagram page where this man just feeds his dogs. And I want y'all to look at the meals that this man feeds his dogs. I want y'all to see the meals that this man feeds his dogs. And I'm letting y'all know now, it's ridiculous. This is one of his dogs, Sasha. This is, and we're gonna watch it as the dog eats. You're gonna see each thing that the dog eats. You see a whole lot of stuff. First of all, that's not a can of Alpo. First and foremost, that is not a can of Alpo. That ain't no kibbles and bits. I don't understand why his dog is eating like this. But let's go ahead and look, dog owners. You tell me what we're doing wrong. That was chicken breast, kangaroo tail, beef chunk makes sense. A whole chicken wing. Duck. Where is he just finding a duck neck? Rabbit ear. Where is he finding rabbit ear at? What store is he going to find rabbit ear? There goes another chicken foot. He left some tripe on the ground. He left some tripe down there. He eating everything but the red pepper, Terry. There it is, the red pepper, strawberries. You're going back in for some more of that rabbit ear, which I don't even know where you buy that. I guess you got to go to Wegmans. And whatever a sprat is. That's what his dog is eating. What dog eat kibbles and bits? I don't know, somebody. That dog is eating good. Listen, my Yorkie and my bully eat better than my husband someday. And you said that out loud. And you said that out loud, that you feed your Yorkie and your bulldog better than your husband. It's all right. It's all right. Ain't nobody hating on dogs. And I don't have a problem with the dog. It's the dog owner that I got an issue with. Because you tell me why. You tell me why that was even something he would do. Honey, did you hear that list of food the dog had? Ridiculous. And he's got 3 dogs. And he feeds all of them. Now this is the last one I'm going to show you. The one Panther. I like Panther. This is what I be up at night watching. My dog eats human grade food. But why? Your dog ain't graded as a human. Your dog is graded as a dog. Because that's what he is. Your dog is a dog. Now, I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't no dog fan. But first of all, the level of drool on this dog's mouth is ridiculous. But Panther's a beautiful dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't like dogs. But if my dog came out looking like Panther, which is the name of this dog, I would get Panther. That's a nice dog. Some of y'all dogs, I seen your dogs. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all want y'all dog to be considered cute. Your dog is ugly. It's an ugly dog.
Yes.
Look, the dog waits. Look at this, hon. The dog waits until he tells them yes before they eat. That's crazy. First off on the menu, kangaroo chunks. Where you find the kangaroo chunks? Beef mince. I still don't know where you find kangaroo chunks. Lamb brain. Where you getting that at? It's a salmon head. He struggled with that salmon head. That salmon head. I know if he had hands, he probably could have ate it a little better, but him and his salmon head didn't get along. This is what y'all do, though. Y'all feed these dogs, these animals, all this foolishness. And then look at him struggling. He just gave up. Duck necks. I don't know where you find those at. He's going to go back and try to finish it off. Stop with duck. That went on for a while. I'm going to get y'all out of there. A well-trained dog. I bet your dog don't wait till they say yes before you eat. Your dog says her grace before she eats. You know what? I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this no more. What is the dog saying grace for? Dogs lick each other's butts. What is the dog saying grace for? Well, what is the dog? So the dog is grateful? Okay. You know what? I'm tired. My dog also knows how to wait until we give permission to eat, but my dog eats regular dog food. I hate it here. What is the dog waiting for? Saying grace? Y'all dog says grace. Why is y'all dog? The dog is grateful for the dog don't care about the food he about to receive. You can throw anywhere today. He's about to eat duck brain. He about to eat a duck neck. You think he's like, ooh, great. I'm so happy I got a duck neck. He'll eat his own poop. A dog will eat his poop. If you let him. You think that dog care. That dog just doing whatever it can so that y'all will go ahead and let it eat. That dog ain't thinking about y'all or your grace. It don't even speak English. Today's word of the day is baptism of fire, an introductory or initial experience that is a severe ordeal. An introductory or initial experience that is a severe ordeal, baptism of fire. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. We 1 minute beyond because we were talking about these people and these dumb dogs. And I'm tired of them. I don't know why. How do you know your dog is black and religious? Right. How you know your dog even practices the same religion you do? Your dog may not even like whatever it is. You got him playing Baptist prayers and your dog is Muslim. What if your dog is Jewish? International Market off of Virginia Beach Boulevard has a lot of that stuff, which is why I'm not going in there. My dog's an investment. I have insurance on him. He goes to school every day and he eats the best. It's the way we raise him. Do y'all hear what y'all saying? That dog might not like pork. Hey man, big shout outs to everybody except for the people who are putting mustard on. Who are putting ketchup on their Philly cheesesteaks. Y'all just, I don't know. And the people that are putting sugar in their grits. You know what? Now I'm done. Train up your dog in a way that she shall go. I'm done. And I hope y'all have an amazing Tuesday, man. I hope y'all day is fantastic. I hope y'all day is just special, man. Unless you put ketchup on your Philly cheesesteak. I hope all of the days of your life are amazing unless you're putting sugar in your grits. I just hope that today, man, just puts you at a high point unless you put salt on your watermelon, is all I'm saying. So, man, let's have a great day, man. It's Taco Tuesday. I'm sure somebody out there is going to have tacos. I had tacos last Taco Tuesday, so I don't know if I'm going to have them again today. I'll be cooking something, but I don't know what. I'm sure my wife will make a suggestion. If not, one of the kids will. Somebody will say, Daddy, we want you to cook this. My wife don't call me that. I think that's weird. I think that's really weird. But anyway, but have a fantastic day, man. Y'all know what I say. Always, as always, love somebody, make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody happens to be you. My dog is at the dentist is one of the dumbest statements I've ever said. My dog is at the dentist. I'm leaving. Y'all have a fantastic day, man. I'm out. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you back play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again.